I want you to imagine you are standing on top of a hill at night, gazing at the sky, wondering what the future holds for you. Your imagination is trying to burst the narrow confines of the environment you were born into and grew up. You are wondering what you will be doing in 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50 years from now. The possibilities are endless, but you can pick only one, and only one. But which one? How can you be sure that the trajectory you will choose for your life is the right one for you? That you will never, ever have second thoughts. You will never complain, no matter how tough things might get. Because you know this is your destiny, and you chose it to be. You have been on this hill many times before, but this time is different. You can feel it. The stars are flickering at you as if they wanted to tell you something. And then, with the corner of your left eye, you thought a bright star is moving. Yes, it is moving. But why? The other stars don't move. A few seconds later, you realize that's an American satellite. Early in the day, you heard on the radio that a rocket had blasted off from Cape Canaveral. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been on that hill. One bright, starry night in the spring of 1963. And I was 13 years old. Mesmerized and in awe, I stared at the bright star streaking across the night sky from west to east, only to disappear in a few minutes. I shook up. I trembled and had tears in my eyes. I asked myself, what kind of people can do such incredible things? To put a satellite among the stars? I've got to go there to find out. To be among them. To become one of them. Ever since that moment, I had a burning desire to immigrate to the place I consider to be mystical and mythical, a modern-day Delphi, where the future is predicted, a place called America. Ladies and gentlemen, at that very moment, I arrived in America. On August 23, 1971, I finally dragged my body over here. Some people believe that today, I mean right now, is the beginning, and the end is in the future. Let me assure you, ladies and gentlemen, that the opposite is true. The beginning is when we dare to dream the impossible, when we discover the purpose in our lives, and both are in the deep future. Having fire in the belly, displaying tenacity, perseverance, and dedication, we can lasso our purpose in life, and by putting one foot in front of the other, we can pull ourselves to it. To succeed in life, we must discover the purpose in our lives. On August 23, 1971, I arrived at the University of Kansas without knowing a word of English or anyone. But I had a student visa. When I first started the process to come to America, I was told by everyone, that is impossible. You are wasting your time. It cannot be done. I ignored everybody. I brushed them off. The American consul initially turned down my request, telling me, through a translator, that a student visa requires that I pass the English language test first. And on top of that, he has to turn down 4 out of 5 qualified applicants because of the limits the U.S. quota system imposes. Ladies and gentlemen, nothing is impossible if we dare to passionately and relentlessly pursue it. In 1977, I earned a bachelor's degree in political science at the University of Kansas and a master's degree from Thunderbird in 1979. Right out of school, I worked for CBS Records International as an executive trainee in Europe for 1 year. I resigned so that I can return to my dream country, the USA. For the next 20 years, I experienced my own personal odyssey, desperately trying to build the life I wanted for myself. Today, I'm a very successful small business owner. America is full of promise and opportunity, but promise and opportunity cannot be given. They are not entitlements. They are out there and must be passionately and relentlessly pursued regardless of the resources on hand. This truism is reflected in my autobiography titled The Potato Peeler. The story that unfolds throughout is one of a young man's personal odyssey and bears witness to the American dream in action. It outlines the path to self-actualization and the manifestation of one's own destiny. The true American dream is to convert our incredible potential into reality and be in charge of our destiny. That is when we are truly free. Ladies and gentlemen, we must dare to dream the impossible. We can catch up with it. It can be done because he who dares wins. Thank you.
kick off a day of speeches, right?